Ready to begin your business? Should you be an LLC or a C corporation? How do you track the cost of goods versus operating supplies? What are your depreciable assets? Are you structured to obtain business credit? Not sure? Get a BOSS, an individual business operations success suite from Elite 8 Tax and Financial Services will position your business for success and avoid the pitfalls of startups. From registering with your state, operating agreements, bookkeeping, tax filings, and more, Elite 8 Tax and Financial Services can be your growth partner at every level of your business. Schedule your needs assessment today at www.elite8financial.com/boss or by phone at 469-412-0056.
Top of the Monday morning. How y'all doing this morning? Word on the street is they miss Boss Talk Radio. Your boy, okay, it's the middle of tax season. We had a lot of changes coming up and everything, so I've been a little bit preoccupied, been getting it in, but I'm back and I'm going to give you guys what you're missing. Had a real interesting week last week, so we're going to get into that in just a moment. Going to give you guys some of the updates, some of the things we've been doing. Some projects to look forward to and everything. And we're going to, instead of just doing the Monday motivation, because we have so much going on this week, we're going to kind of chop into a little bit of everything or whatever. So first and foremost, go ahead and share the video. You know what time it is. Get your pen and paper out or whatever, because of course I'm going to drop a little bit of game to you. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and get ready for some real intense stuff here. We're about to get into it.
Finding your brand space in this ever-changing economy can be challenging to new and established businesses. Graphic Line Media can help launch your business's brand potential to unknown places with creative revisioning that relentlessly presses the competition. From graphic design, web, print, apparel, media, and social, we have something designed to grow your business. Don't hesitate. Rule your space. Visit Graphic Line Media at graphiclinemedia.com or join our Facebook page at Graphic Line Media to get special discounts and offers.
Welcome to Boss Talk Radio, the #1 online business and entrepreneurial talk show, brought to you by Elite 8 Tax and Financial Services.
Boss Talk Radio, keeping it real, yeah, that's for sure. I said a Boss Talk Radio, here for your needs, we'll crack the code. He the boss.
He gon' fix your situation like there ain't no time for wasting. We ain't playing when we saying
he the boss.
And if you ever have a problem, he gon' show you how to solve it. Listen in and he'll show you he the boss.
Talk
Here's your host, the Texas tax expert, George Dandridge.
Talk Radio, here for your needs, we'll crack the code. He the boss.
All right, if you're just tuning in, don't be a stranger. Say hello. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Don't forget that you can catch it on the audio playback on any of your favorite podcast players. So we're going to jump right into the whole Monday motivation thing, right? Because I had an interesting number of conversations last week. Hey, good morning, Ramona. Thanks for tuning in. So I had some interesting conversations last week that surrounded, in my mind, what equated to just mindsets, right? So it started with a post from a good friend of mine, and it said that poverty, no one chooses poverty, and basically led into, it's situation, circumstances, systemics, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Shalette, what's going on? So these things, I was like, yeah, no, that's not it. Because here's the reality. Anything can happen to anybody. Any of us can find ourselves in a situation, where a series of misfortunes will create us to be in an impoverished situation. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not whether or not you are in an impoverished situation, it's the mindset about how to get out. And so the other night, we were out. Shout out to my man James Tennyson invited us out the other night. You know, we took back some cigars and everything, and we were having this conversation, you know, about this whole poverty thing and people's mentality with money, their relationships with money. And y'all know I talk about this thing all the time, right? But what was interesting was the mindsets even in the room as we were having this conversation. So another thing that happened last week was I was told that my delivery needs some polishing. And I took this into consideration all week because I heard it at least 3 times last week, right? It said basically that, you know, I'm a little over the top, kind of asshole-ish, you know, that kind of thing. And I gave some serious consideration to, you know, kind of doing some self-development, you know, maybe polishing the delivery, whatever came across as an attitude or whatever. And I thought about it. I was like, you know why people watch Boss Talk Radio? It's because I shoot from the hip. I don't have a script. I keep it flipped, you know? That's why you guys are tuning in. I keep it real behind the shield. So, again, we were going back to this poverty thing, right? And I told them this. Look, there's too many, you know, we have to put this thing in perspective because 30 years ago, you didn't have the access that you have today. 30 years ago, you didn't have the tools you had today, you know? And so we talked about this thing right here, these $1,400 paperweights, right? Everybody's walking around with one. They have internet at the fingertip. There's nothing you know or don't want to know. There's nothing you want to know that you can't find just like that. So unlike 30 years ago, where there may have been limited access to information, you're no longer in that space. In fact, I even heard the other day that we've even gone past the information age. The information part is like taken for granted. That's a given, like any information you want. Now we're moving into really merging the technology and everything, you know, with this information and solving problems almost in an instant. So again, if you find yourself in an impoverished situation, the only thing that can keep you there is a mindset, because you have the tools to get out. What's going on, James, my man? Just fell out. I was just talking about our conversation the other night, my dude. So, you know, again, here we go. Case in point, you know, whatever the case may be, you may have lost your job. Your woman left, you took half right after you lost your job, so you had half a half. You know, whatever the case may be, at the end of all of that, you have 2 choices. You can get it out the mud, or you can lay your ass in the mud. Either which way, the choice is yours. And that was the whole conversation I had to deliver to everybody last week. It's not a question of what your situation is. The question is, what choice are you going to make about changing it? Because you could change it or stay there, you know? So if you're just tuning in, go ahead and share the video. And we'll be right back after this talking about the tax tips. So welcome back. I want to tell you guys a little bit about what all we have going on, why you hadn't seen my face and everything. So on this coming Thursday, April the 1st, be sure to come and join me. I will be presenting for the U.S. Black Chamber on the American Rescue Act. And excuse my momentary distraction. I saw something was missing I put in earlier. I had to add that back to it. So anyway, as I was saying, let's go here. Yes, this coming Thursday, I will be speaking to the U.S. Black Chamber on federal tax updates, the American Rescue Plan Act, and giving you guys everything from updates on earned income credit, the new PPP stuff, EIDL, you name it. I'm going to put that link up on the screen so you guys can go and register. It is free, and this goes back to those choices we were talking about, which is that the information is out there. You just have to choose to come and get it. So I'm going to be bringing this to you guys, and it's going to be a very, very packed hour, very much worth your time, some things you may not know about. But you got to come and get that information. I can't come to your house and deliver it to you. So again, the link is on the screen. That's eventbrite.com/e/federal-tax-updates-4- that's a long link. I'm gonna have to get y'all a shorter link or something, do one of those bit.ly LYs or something. So if you're tuning into the replay, you may miss this anyway. So come and join us on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and look up Elite 8 Financial / Boss Talk Radio on YouTube, and you can catch this game that we're giving. And I want to talk to y'all about that a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and hit this week's term of the week. Stimulus. The word for the week, boys and girls, is stimulus. I'm going to have to get some coffee on this one. I call it stimulus in the application that we're using it here for. But stimulus is a thing that rouses activity or energy in someone or something. A spur or an incentive. Let's talk about the stimulus, y'all. Can we agree that the emphasis on the stimulus has been a distraction? If we can't agree on that, that means that I know something you don't know, and I'm going to go in for a minute and let it be known over here in the 5 minutes of fire. But we have had 3 stimulus packages come out, and if you don't know it right now, the government has no idea what they're doing. It's the blind leading the blind. They're running with blinders on. They're just throwing money at other problems, and it's setting up a perfect storm. The economy is headed for absolute disaster. If you think that 2008 was a trip and that was a little hard to get by, y'all not ready for what's coming in about, I'm going to say about, at the latest, about third quarter 2022. And the thing is y'all going to feel this at different times around the country or whatever, but it's setting up this perfect storm because the dollar is pretty much worthless at this point. They're going to try to open the economy. They got y'all, juiced up about the vaccine. Hey, you took it, cool. If you didn't, cool. Reality is they're telling you now, hey, it only lasts, 8 to 10 months, and that it's not even effective against the newer strands or whatever. But when you take that into consideration, just damn, you have everybody running around here, for the summer. They already talking about stripper boy summers and hot girl summers and everything. Gas done already jacked up. I'm cheap, so I get my gas from Costco, and I didn't watch my gas go up 80 cents. So I know you guys are feeling it if you go into like regular gas stations or whatever. And once again, just like 2008, That's directly out of your disposable income when they have a gas price hike like that, because we're talking about 80 cents a gallon or whatever, over a course of 20 gallons twice a week. Ooh wee, stuff start to add up. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed the stimulus, because you're going to pay for it, and when I say you're going to pay for it, if you hadn't seen Biden's new tax plan, you ain't ready. I mean, and if you're a business owner, corporation or whatever, hey, we're going to feel this thing. So, we're going to get more into that Thursday when we do the federal tax updates and everything. But I wanted to touch on that, just a little bit today, because it's going to be real. You guys are going to feel this after the summer, after everybody's had their fun and they've run the streets and everything. You're going to feel that. So we're going to go right into the tax tips here and talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about it. Taxes are going up. So you may want to look at doing some tax planning now if you really, or if you're making some money or you intend to make some money. You want to be proactive about this thing, because oftentimes what happens is people start calling in January, February. Hey, George, I need to get my taxes done. I don't want to have to pay whatever, but the time to affect that is now for next year, so reach out, get the help that you need, because there's some people that's going to benefit from this tax plan. But I can tell you this, the ones that's really, really going to benefit, you ain't making no money anyway. So it only looks like a benefit. The government's propping you up, and that's the problem. That's what's happening. That's causing this perfect storm. You have overinflated real estate prices. You have money being thrown out, ignoring inflation. You have the dollar just going off the rails or whatever. Confidence in the market is like here and there or whatever, but everybody's getting into the market, so you don't realize the damage that it's doing. And we got about a 12-month ride where that ship is going to sink. So I advise you not to really even spend your stimulus. I don't even know if I tell you to invest it. If you do, you may want to do so conservatively, unless you can just afford to lose it or whatever. The world's opening back up. People are traveling. Speaking of traveling, shout out to my operations director, my boo thing, and her company, Destinations and Occasions, as the world is opening up. Y'all are blowing up her phone and causing me to have to do more work than I'm used to. But that's okay. That's what she likes to do, and she's getting it in. So shout out again to Destinations and Occasions and Miss Natia Duplessis. But yeah, so be careful with that whole situation. Look forward. Don't look like, right now, a lot of you guys are only looking at the summer. Yeah, Easter's next week. And, then we got Memorial Day and we're going to ball out for the summer. The world will be open. I'm going to go ahead and hit this travel or whatever. You better slow down. Now is the time to build up the savings. It is not time to run wild with spending, because what's coming next, you have to be able to sustain. So we're going to be right back. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about what's going on in the world of Elite 8 Financial and give you guys what we're doing next. We've already done the term of the week. We've done the tax tips. Oh, we rolling this morning. Got the motivation in. We're going, everybody's favorite segment. We're going to come back with 5 minutes of fire right after this.
This is Dr. Tamia Guest with Rejuvenating Chiropractic.
This is Nara Reed with Modified Nutrition Health Coach.
This is Karen Marcel with June Street Barbershop.
This is Tiffany Marcel with Marcel Luxury Realty, and you're listening to Boss Talk Radio.
Yes, we are hiring. So here's the thing. Some people can't afford to work with us because the training is lengthy, extensive, and it's not until after that where the opportunity comes. You had to be with us last year to be doing tax returns right now. But We are hiring the following. Go ahead and take this down, share the video, let everybody know. We are hiring virtual tax preparers, office tax preparers, bookkeepers, and we're building a team of life insurance agents. Let me talk about that. We're going to tie that back into the part of motivation about the choices, because right now, if you feel like you can use a little extra money, yeah, you can make a little extra money and all of those things, just not with me. The thing is that we're looking for some seriously committed people that's ready to change the trajectory of their own lives while helping build up the lives of others and impact the lives of others. I can't tell you guys how bad the misconception is about life insurance in the marketplace. You guys need to learn some things on that, and it can change your life while you're here. We have benefits that you don't have to be dead to use. Referral agents. What is a referral agent, George? Well, here's the thing. I can't be everywhere at all times, nor can the people in the back office that's working the team. And so we need people out here that's networking and putting the name out there. So there is an incentive to do that, and it's easier than actually having a regular job, because you just do it as you do it and make a little extra pocket change. So wanted to put that guy on you guys' brain. Also, yes, we are taking new clients. There are some extensions out there. And if you don't think you're going to get your taxes completed before May 17th, I encourage you to go ahead and reach out to us today to get your extensions filed so you're not paying any unnecessary penalties. Next up, we have the new superhero who we have not named yet, but we're launching a kids financial literacy comic here in the next within the next month. You guys are going to see that. So I want you guys to think about all the painful lessons you had to learn about money in this thing called adulthood. Some of y'all be like, I don't feel like adulting today. Well, imagine if you had these concepts and principles, going all the way back to 8, 9, 10 years old, and were able to implement them and put them into practice as early as you had your very first job. Well, that's the mission for this comic strip, and we're going to be bringing that to you guys. Also, we have a relaunch of Cannabis Accounting. We'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. And do not forget, federal tax updates this Thursday, April the 1st. Go ahead and register at usblackchambers.org/webinars. Registration is free and the game is intense. We're going to tell you guys about this Rescue Act and some of the highlights and pitfalls that it holds for you. And now it's time for everybody's favorite segment. I read somewhere recently that you may as well be yourself because everybody else is taken. Y'all heard me tell you before that y'all doing it for the gram, I'm doing it for the fam. The fake is at an all-time high. I'm not going to try to understand it. I just want you to understand that what you campaign for, you may be elected to do, and when you have that type of a situation come about, people are going to hold you to this image you've created, whether that image is some sort of a guru or some sort of a master in a specific space, whether that's, somebody that has a great deal of money or even trying to play gangster thug, whatever it is, it's going to show up. And I don't know if this is a thing where maybe the concept of fake it till you make it, just got the best of y'all and ran away with y'all at some point. But it's become a pandemic of its own. You know, I don't remember what year that was. I think it was almost 15 or more years ago when Cat Williams was talking about, you know, how fake is taking over. I don't know if he saw the advent of social media on a whole nother, you know, level or something, but the fake is like really, really taking over. And then you guys get sensitive. You get charged up when somebody holds you accountable to your fake. You put it out there. You came across as whatever this is. You know, you have these so-called business coaches and gurus who don't have a business of their own, don't even have a formed entity or whatever, don't have payroll. You know, you're coaching people to create an S-corp without any particular tax understanding or legal understanding. Cut it out. You have these people that's showing Louis bags and, you know, showing these fancy restaurants and looking like they're taking trips. And then they make a post about where they stimmy at or they just got their stimulus or whatever. Do you know that there is a threshold in which you don't get a stimulus? And it's not, you know, like it ain't Louis kind of money. So I don't know what y'all doing with your life if that's the way you're coming off or whatever. Stop it with the fake. Because the same time you invest in faking this thing, you can invest the same amount of time in learning and building and actually going through the process so you can create that progress. You know, like progress is a process. And when you go through it, you have stable ground. You can stand on that thing. You know, nobody pulls back the curtain and see you working all the wizardry or whatever. Stop being fake. You know, come on with this thing. So that's that heat for you guys this week. I challenge you to look in the mirror. This is tied to that earlier part of the conversation where, you know, the real challenge people have with my delivery is not that I'm too harsh or, you know, that I'm that much of an asshole or whatever. It's just that I hold that mirror up in your face. And if you can't stand to look at yourself, then it's too hot and you want to blame me and say my delivery is whack or whatever. You know, I'm not shitting on you. I'm trying to help you, but you got to be willing to help yourself. And you can't help yourself if you're pretending to be someone else. This has been 5 Minutes of Fire. That was the heat, y'all.
Knowledge, integrity, security, service. Get behind the shield.
The U.S. government has given billions of dollars to businesses in an effort to curb the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The government will begin to pursue recouping these funds in 2021. Aggressive penalties will be imposed on companies that do not follow regulations and guidelines for proper use of these funds. Criminal charges are already being levied on fraudulent use. Don't suffer again. Get a customized business operations success suite from Elite 8 Tax and Financial Services for your company today. BOSS packages include entity formation, payroll, accounting and bookkeeping, tax planning, tax filings, and quarterly strategy sessions to minimize your tax liability, increase efficiency, and maximize your profits. Make your appointment today at elite8financial.com. Get the guidance, tools, and protection your business needs now. Get BOSS. Get behind the shield.
Welcome to Boss Talk Radio, the #1 online business and entrepreneurial talk show. Brought to you by Elite 8 Tax and Financial Services.
Boss Talk Radio, keeping it real, yeah, that's for sure. I said a Boss Talk Radio, here for your needs, we'll crack the code. He the boss.
He gon' fix your situation like there ain't no time for wasting. We ain't playing when we saying
he the boss.
And if you ever have a problem, he gon' show you how to solve it. Listen in and he'll show you he the boss.
Here's your host, The Texas tax expert, George